Okay, so as always, we'll go to it first. Just a pretty brief mobility section today, and then we'll get on to those barbells or PVCs, wherever you've got, and then we'll do some jerk work just to sort of round off that clean jerk work. Okay, so first one, we're just going to go for our mobility screen, nice and simple. It's just going to be our squat to start with. Okay, we're just going to have a feel, see how those ankles feel, see how hips are feeling as well. All you're going to do is sit down in that squat, get as low as you can, and then just have a feel to see how the body is feeling just now. Okay? So when you're ready, just get yourself into that squat, have a move around, just have a feel, see what the ankles are feeling like. And then we'll come back to that once we've gone through a couple mobility piece of work. Good, okay, so once you've gone through that, we can then relax. Our first one is just going to be our dorsal flexion drill. Okay, so we've been through this before. Nice and simple, just come from hands and knees, one foot in front of the other, and then I press my knee over my toe, try to get my full foot flat on the floor if I can to start with, and then when I find that point where I can't quite push my knee any further with my toe, and then let my heel creep off the edge, creep off the floor just a couple inches, and then knees off, come back on for that next one. Okay, so foot flat to start with, knee track straight over the toes, and then when you find that point, you can then let the heel come up off the floor just slightly. Okay, so we've got 5 on each side, and then you can rest up. Each one again, we're looking for that stretch through the ankle, potentially up through the calf as well. Up to how much pressure you apply to the top of that knee. As your ankle loosens off, you can then apply more and more pressure just to increase that stretch. And then just keeping this nice and straight to our squat, making sure the knees traveling straight over the toe. That's obviously the position we're looking to find as we come around that squat. Good, so 5 on each side, and then you can rest up.
I can really feel that after today's WOD.
You can or you can't?
I can.
Okay.
That's good.
A lot of jumping.
Yeah, so a lot of jumping will do that. Chances are the calf's tight, and then the ankle potentially through the fascia, the foot will be a little bit tight as well. Okay, so 5 on each side, and then take a rest. Up to you how long you rest here. Pretty low impact, so when you're ready, you can go for 5 again on each side. If you've got a weighted object, this is your time where you can chuck it in. Again, just pop it on top of the knee just to apply a little more pressure in. Okay, if not, just put both hands on top of your knee, and then it's up to you again how much you're pressing over the toe. More pressure, the more you'll feel that stretch. Good, same again, 5 on each side, nice and steady, tracking the knee over the toes. And remember to finish off, once you find that end of range point, make sure you allow the heel to just come off the floor just slightly. Nice work, team. 5 on each side, now pause for a second when you find that end of range point. Good work. Okay, so once you do that second set of 5, our next one is going to be our frog stretch. Okay, so stretching through inside the hip, through our groin as well. Okay. Space here. Now, all looking for this section of mine, knees are going to be slightly wider than my hips, and then you turn my feet in and try to get my shins parallel with that. Okay, so in that frog setup, you grab yourself a blanket if you want to, just lay on the floor just to cover the knees. But turn the feet in, get the shins parallel if you can, knees just outside hips, and then from there, all we're going to do is try some of our hips down towards the floor. And then you'll feel that stretch increase all the way to the groin, to the adductors, And then for this one, we're looking for a 30-second stretch. Okay, so just have moves now. Find that to make sure you're feeling that stretch through the inside of the hip. And then you can rest up. We'll get going with that timer in a second. We just want to be all found that good stretch. Okay, so looking just about ready to go there. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So 30 seconds there. Remember, if you can, try keep inside of the feet, inside the soles turned in, and then the shins parallel if you can.
So the toes pointing out the way, yeah?
Yeah, so toes pointed out, shins parallel, and you'll also try to get your hips down to the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost, so you got 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds of rest here. You can take a walk around if you need to, shake out the legs, and then we'll go for that again. This time just helps you move out. But all we're trying to do there again is try to get hips a little bit lower each time. Okay, so break up into 10 seconds. Each 10 seconds, we're just applying a little more pressure. Try and get those hips a little bit further down if you can. Okay, again, this should be a nice stretch. Should be feeling that all the way to the inside of the leg there. Okay, 10 seconds, and then we'll go again. 30 seconds in 2, 1, off you go. Good, again, so think about driving the knees out, hips sink straight down towards the floor. Good, this will be a good one if you struggle to keep the knees driven out on your way down to that squat as well. Nice team, almost there. Try to drive the hips a little lower down if you can. Increase that range slightly. 2, 1, okay, and rest. Good work, so take a second there. Again, if you're feeling that your knees are tall, you can get up, shake them out. And then our next one is going to be our couch stretch. Okay, so you will need an object just to prop your back leg up onto, whether it's wall, chair, wherever you've got. And then we've done this one a couple of times through the week, so if you know it's going to hurt that back knee or cause any sort of irritation, just grab a blanket or a towel or something, pop underneath the back leg. Okay, now for this one, all we're looking for is that lunge stance again. Okay, so one foot from the other, I'm going to bring my back foot, so it's flush with whatever object we're using, and then try and get my back knee down so it's in contact with the floor. Okay, and then usual lunge points, so nice work with the front shin, chest is upright, and then try and keep my back glute squeezed, and then core tight as well. Okay, so just find that position there. Our first stretch, nice and simple, is just going to be trying to get our hips to press forward. Okay, now we want all that movement to occur in the hip. So we're stretching through the front hip, through that hip flexor, and we're trying to avoid any sort of rounding in the lower back. Okay, that's how we want to do this stretch. It should be all through the front of that hip. Okay, so when you're ready to squeeze back glute, we're then going to press forward for 15 seconds, and you can then ease off. We're then going to rotate away from the back leg for 15 seconds, and then ease off, and we'll reset. Okay? Happy there? Any questions, let me know. If not, we'll get started with our 15 seconds. Good. Okay. So
rotate away.
What's that?
You say rotate away from the leg that you've got behind.
So first 15 seconds, just press hips through. Second 15 seconds, you then rotate away from the back leg. So if your right back, rotate to the left. If your left leg's back, rotate to the right.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So first one, just press hips through. Remember, we want all that motion occurring in the front of the hip. Try and round your back. Keep the core tight. Keep squeezing the back glute. Okay, we're then going to rotate away from that back leg in 2, 1. Good, so rotate away. Still think about pressing the hips through. Try and reach as far around as you can. That should be a pretty intense stretch there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, take your time, we're going to swap sides, and then go for the same again. Again, you should be feeling that stretch all the way through the front hip. This one's going to help with if on the way down to that squat you've ever felt a sort of tightness and restriction through hip flexors, through the front hip. Okay, get yourself ready. We'll go in 2, 1. Good, so first one, squeezing the glute, core stays tight. I'm trying to press hips through. Good, so you keep pressing, almost there. And then we're going to rotate away in 2, 1. Rotate away from that back leg, get as far around as you can. Remember, try not to round that lower back too much. Keep pressing it through. Nice work, guys. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and rest. Good work. So, I'll give you 10 seconds again. Just rest up there, and then we'll go through that once more. Starting again on whichever side you stretch first. But again, this one should be pretty intense, but you will feel that good release through the front hip, or should be feeling it through the front hip. I'll give you 10 more seconds to rest, and then we'll do that again. So back to whatever leg you start on there. This time we'll go for same time frames, just try press a little bit further through if you can, as that hip loosens off. Okay, we'll go again in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Good, so first one, just pressing it through, keep the torso upright, keep squeezing the back glute. That's going to prevent any sort of rounding in the lower back. Okay, and then rotate away in 2, 1. Rotate away from that back leg. You keep pressing hips through. Should be able to rotate a little bit further this time. Okay, keep pressing almost there. 2, 1. Very nice. Okay. Swap sides there. Go for this once more on the opposite side, and then you can rest up. Okay, we'll go again in 3, 2, 1, off you go. Good, so first one, just press the hips through. Try best to get your hip underneath your shoulder if you can. Good, keep pressing, team, almost there. And then you're going to rotate away from that back leg in 2, 1. Rotating away, keep pressing hips through. Rotate as far around as you can. You'll feel that stretch intensify again, and then potentially move up through the midline. Almost there, keep pressing. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, very nice. Now I'll give you a second there, and then we're going to retest. So we're going to go back into our squat now. Okay, so when you're ready, all we're going to do is find yourself back into that squat stance. So as always, feet on your hips if you can, toes pointing slightly out. I'm going to make sure big toe, big toe, heel all in contact with the floor. Corkscrew my feet apart, spread the floor, asking to switch on my glutes, and then sitting back and down into that squat. Keep the torso upright, and then just have a feel. Those ankles should be feeling a little looser, knees should be feeling a little more stable, and then hips should be looser as well. Okay, so just spend a little bit of time in that squat, solidify that range.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Okay, and then once you're through that, we're going to move our focus up to the upper body. Okay, so lats, T-spine, things that are going to help us with our front back and our overhead mobility as well. So flexion in those shoulders. Okay, so first one is going to be our seated lat stretch. So you'll need a wall or a box for this one, and then you'll need some PVC pipe, top handle, wherever you've got. got here. As always, we made that first swing. Again, you're sitting nice and close to hips, making sure all the way through my spine is in contact with that wall. Okay, so tailbone, lower back, upper back, shoulders, and then neck, if you're using something high enough, should all be in contact, pressing against that wall. Okay? And then first one, we're going to grab that one, find our way into our usual clean grip. So just like thumbs listening out from the hips there. And then first one is going to have our palms facing down. Okay, full grip on that bar if you can as well. From there, making sure my arms stay extended, drive my lower back into that wall. I'm going to raise my hands as high as I can. See if I can my hands touch the wall, and then come back down. Okay, so this is going to be your first one. Chance how you feel that through the upper and back, through the shoulders, testing through the legs as well. Keep those hands facing down. And then raise them up. Keep the arms extended all the way through there. Okay? Just do this once, and then move for our other variation. You're making sure all the way through that, drag that lower back through the wall and all to move up. Okay, then once you find that sting point, you can't quite get those hands into the back, we're then going to come back into the start. Hands in the same width, we're just going to turn our palms up to the same as this one. Okay, so externally rotate those hands. This one you should feel a little more through the lats and through the armpits. Keep those arms extended. Shuffle the way back into that wall, make sure full spine is in contact with the wall. And then raise these hands up. See how far back we can get. Okay, this will show you again any imbalance you might have between your shoulder mobility and your lat mobility as well. Okay, so just go for that again, find that sting point, and then you can rest. Okay, so take a mental note, see how those are feeling. Because we'll come back as always and retest in seconds. Okay, so our first one is going to be our box work. So, first one we're going to focus on the T-spine. So hands in our usual grip on that bar, just outside the hips. Palms facing up. And then we'll find our way over to that box where we're all moving. Okay? Obviously, you can push your knees out to the box. Just find somewhere that's comfortable. Okay? And then for this first one, we're looking for our elbows underneath our hands or outside of our hands. Okay, so this is going to be our T-spine / shoulder focus. Okay, so elbows underneath the hands or at width. And then we're going to bring our armpits and our chest as low down toward the floor as we can. Feel that. That's going to be our first variation. Okay? Obviously, how close that bar is to your head. Again, just find that point you get a good stretch. We're not rounding now, but keeping the core tight, we're allowing that rounding to occur in the upper back. Okay? So that's going to be your first one now. We're just going to hold this for 5 deep breaths. Okay, so big long inhale, big long exhale, 5 breaths, and then you can then rest, and then we'll change over. Okay? So find a way into that position. Make sure again, elbows are underneath the hands or out with the hands. And then you're going to sink your way down. Once you find that sink point, looking for 5 deep breaths. Each time we exhale, we're trying to drop ourselves down just a couple inches lower as possible. Okay? When you're ready, you can get going with those 5 breaths. Good. Again, don't worry too much about keeping the core tight for this one. You want to have that rounding occur in the upper back. Good. And then every time we exhale, we're just trying to drop a little bit further down if we can. Armpits are sinking down towards the floor. Once you're through 5, you can then rest up. Okay, and then next one, similar setup. This time we're trying to bring our elbows inside our hands. Okay? So if you had your elbows out with your hands for this one, just bring them underneath or inside the hand grip if possible. And then we're going to sink our way down again. Same idea, this time we're going to try to keep our core tight. Okay, so we don't want any arch in that back. We're trying to create that turtle shell, core nice and tight. Elbows underneath the hands or inside the hands. And then you're sinking your way down. Again, this time, keep that core tight. All of a sudden, you'll feel that stretch shift into the lats and then through the armpits as well. Okay, same idea, we're just going for 5 deep breaths here. Nice and slow thing. Sink your way down. Each time you exhale, we're just sink our way down a little bit further if possible. Okay? So when you're ready to get started with that, again, you want to make sure that stretch is shifted from the upper back and the shoulders more into the lats and the armpits. Good. Keep that core tight. Nice thing. 5 deep inhales and exhales. And then we're going to go for that once more. Okay, so we're going back to the start, going to the T-spine again. That'll give you about 30 seconds of rest in between those. Okay, this time, if you can, sing a little lower down. You want to feel all through upper middle back, so through the T-spine. That's going to help get those elbows up in the front back, and then through those shoulders as well. All that should be loosened off as we sink our way down. Okay? And then for this first one, make sure you bring those elbows back out so they're underneath the hands or out with the hands, and then we're allowing the arch to occur in the upper back if we can. Okay, when you're ready, go for those 5 deep breaths again in that stretch. Sink all the way down. We're almost looking to actively press our armpits down on this one. Good. Once you're through 5 deep breaths, you can then come back, ease off, and then we're then going to focus on those lats for the next one. So core tight, elbows underneath the hands or inside the hands, and then you're going to make sure you keep that turtle shell shape all the way down, and then sink those armpits down towards the floor again. This one will be a little bit hard to breathe on. If you can, remember, big inhale, and then slow exhale. As you exhale, try to sink a little lower down if you can. Good. Now, once you do 5 deep breaths again, you can then rest up. Okay, then for our next one, we're going for our rotations and side bends. So you'll need your bar, you'll need something to sail on, and then you'll need something to put in between your knees. So foam roller, ideal. If not, pillows, towels, something like that.
Nice, go get.
For this one again, we're looking to work on our T-spine mainly here. Okay? So getting yourself seated onto that box. You're then going to grab whatever object you've got, and then just prop it in between the knees. And then all we're doing is applying slight pressure, squeezing our knees together. All this is going to do is stabilize our lower body. Okay, and then we're then going to pop the bar up onto our back, just as we move for our back squat. So we're going to sit in between the traps and shoulders there. And then we're going to rotate away and then side bend. Okay, we're going to do this 3 times on each side, making sure before we go for each one, we're trying to make sure the core is tight, pressing these together. We're then going to rotate, get as far as we can around, and then we can go for that side bend. Okay, all of that motion, we're trying to make sure it occurs in the upper back, and we'll do that by keeping that core tight, making sure there's no lower back running in here. Okay? So when you're ready, get yourself seated, drive the knees together, elbows underneath that bar, core nice and tight. We're then going to rotate away, Get as far around as you can. Feel that rotation through your arm and your back. And then you can then side bend. Come back up. And then you're going to rotate a little further away this time. Side bend again. Back up. And then for the last time, rotate as far around as possible. Side bend. And then you come back to the start. Okay? 3 on each side. And then you can rest up. So again, this one, we want all of that movement, all that motion to occur in the upper middle back. That's going to help loosen off the T-spine. Just get a little bit of space, a little bit of gap between those joints. Okay, so 3 each way again, nice and steady, and then you can rest up. Again, pretty low impact for this one, so take a quick rest, and then we'll go for 3 again, rotating each way. Good again, each time you rotate around, you want to find that sting point, rotate as far as you possibly can, and then you can then go for that side bend, it'll unlock a little more range.
One again?
Yes, when you're ready to go again, 3 on each side. Again, before you go for each rep, drive these together, core nice and tight, and then you can then rotate and go for your side bends. Good. Each rotation, you want to get as far around as you possibly can. And then side bend, back up, it'll unlock a couple more inches. Okay, so 3 on each side, and we're going to go back into our first mobility screen. Okay, so just seated in front of that wall if you can, feet nice to those hips, and then all with my tailbone up through my spine, through my neck. It's going to be in contact with that wall. And then first one, palms facing down. Make sure those arms stay extended. And then we'll raise all the way up. You should be able to get a little bit further, a little closer to the wall this time. Get as far as you can, find that same point, and then turn the palms up. Arms are extended. Make sure that lower back shoulder through the wall, and then we're going to test these lats again. Okay? And hopefully you had a slight imbalance to start with. Those points are a little closer as the lats are a little closer and the shoulders a little closer as well. But just test variation and then rest.
Archie,
Yeah.
are you trying to externally rotate your shoulders at the same time?
With facing up, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So first one, palms facing down, that'll test the shoulders, and then the next one with external rotated hands, that's going to switch on the lats, and then you're going to raise up. So if you can, on your way up, think about rotating your thumbs out.
Ooh.
All that does, yeah, it switches on the lats, because they control that external rotation and then that flexion as well. Okay, so one each way, body should feel nice and loose now. Hopefully you saw improvements there between those different mobility screens. So the first one, and then we went through the mobility work, and then we tested there. Hopefully you saw improvements between those 2 points. And then for our next one, we're going to go for that jerk work. Okay? So you'll need your bar, and then plenty of space for this one as well. Okay, and then all we're going to do here is we're going to find our jerk receiving position to start with. Okay, we'll go for how you go from the clean into your jerk in a second, but all we're going to do is make sure you've got that receiving position nailed. Okay, so just now, figure out if you're going to go for your split jerk or push jerk or power jerk. If you don't know, go for your split jerk. Okay, so if you don't have a preference, just go for the split. It's a little bit safer or a little more consistent. Okay, just figure out in your head which one you're going for there, and then we'll go through our receiving positions just now. Okay? Now, regardless of which option you're going for, if we can, we're going to keep our hands in that same clean grip. Okay, if it comes to it, we can always move our hands slightly wider out. But for just now, can you find your way into a clean grip so thumbs distance out from the hips, just to start with. Okay? And then you're then going to find your way into whatever machine position you want to hit for that jerk. Okay, so it's going to be your split jerk. We're going for that half one, making sure hips stay centered. I've got nice full foot is driven through the floor, and then back leg nice and extended out. You've got that flex in the back knee and the back toes up off the floor. Okay, and then as you raise that bar overhead, of course, be nice and tight, making sure there's no riding in that lower back, and then applying constant pressure on the bar, driving up through the ceiling. Okay, that bar should be positioned over the crown of your head, and again, we're driving up on nice and hard. All those chances are to beat this bar, you're still applying that pressure like it's 100 kilos. Okay? So find your way into that position and then hold there until your legs get shaky, and then you can stand up. So Anne, if you can, bring your front foot about 2 inches further forward. A little bit further still. All you're looking for is a vertical front shin.
Okay.
So find that position, you should be feeling the legs working. It should be equal work between the front leg and the back leg there as well. If it gets too much, just cover, stand up, shake out legs. Good, that's looking better, Emily, well done. Okay, so if you need to rest up, shake out legs, and then find your way back into that jerk if you can. Nice work, Jen. Remember, core tight. Bring the rib cage down towards the hips. Good, and then drive up against that bar. Good. That's doing much better. Well done. Okay, you can recover there. Rest up. Now again, take your mental note where you had your feet, where your hips were, what that felt like. We want to find that position again once we've gone through how we're going to dip and drive and get that bar overhead. Okay? Now, don't need the bar for this next part. You will need plenty of space. Again, we're going to find our way back into that position. Okay? Now, for this one, we're going to go for dip and drives. Again, first one is just from body weight, and then we'll come back to those bars. Okay? So, starting, you've got your feet underneath your hips, like we would for strict press, push press, all our overhead movements. Okay? Toes can be slightly pointed out, they can be parallel to whatever feels good, whatever feels most powerful for you. Okay? And then all we're going to do from there is go for a dip and drive. Okay, you can do what you want with your hands, you can have them on your shoulders, down by your side, whatever feels comfortable. All we're going to do is dip down. We're looking for about 4 or 5 inches on the way down, nice and controlled. Knees are driving out with my toes, bum goes back slightly, and then core stays tight, shoulders stay over the hips there. Okay? So when you're ready, just have a couple of those dips. We're dipping down, nice and controlled. We're then going to drive, extend those legs, and then reset and come back into it. Okay, so core tight, drive those knees out, bum goes back, shoulders stay over the hips. Once you dip down about 4 or 5 inches, you can then extend back up. Okay, just run through a couple reps there. Good, make sure on your way down into that dip is nice and controlled. The weight stays towards the heels as well. Good, so at no point should those heels come up off the floor. Nice work, Jen. A little bit more control on the way down. Good, there you go. So obviously that's a bit slow just now, but if we think about controlling the dip, we can then control where we explode and get that bar back up. Whereas if we dip down too fast, we're a long way on that bar's then in the process, it's going to be a lot harder to try to get back up out of that dip. Good, okay. So next one, we're going to go from our dip and drive into our receiving position. Okay, so the same one you just hit there, you both show me that you can find your way into that solid split position. So we're going to go for our dip again. We're then going to go for our drive. We're then going to extend and come into our receiving position there. Okay, so again, obviously when you do your hands, you have on your shoulders, down the outside, whatever works. When we start, feet on your hips, core nice and tight. You're going to control that dip down. Once you find that depth, you're then going to explode, jump, and then find your way into that split position. Okay, making sure you land. Again, I'll lose body weight. We're thinking we just press the 100 bar over our head. Get yourself set. We're going to make sure there's tension through those legs. You've got a nice stable base. And then again, that weight should be 50-50 between the front leg and the back leg. Okay? So dip, drive, get yourself set in that jerk position, and then when you're ready, you can then recover, come back to the start. Okay? So when you're ready, team, have a little couple of those reps. Okay, and we take that one again. This time, a little bit slower. On your extension, you're going to make sure you start all the way up, and then move out into your split. Okay? So just focus on your dip and drive first. Extend all the way, and then you can think about moving your feet. Good, that was much better.
Yes.
So it might feel a little better just now, but again, when we get back to those bars, get back to those weights, you'll feel big improvement because that bar is now flown up. Nice work, Jen. This one, keep a little more weight in the heels there. Okay, so you've got just a slight shift forward as you get down, so a little bit more weight towards your heels, and I'll get that started.
Okay.
Good, that was better. Okay, go for one more each, and then you can rest. Good, okay. Now, next one, we're going to bring it back to our bar. So can you grab whatever you're using for your bar there? Okay, and then we're going to go back to the start. So hands in our usual clean grip. If you know you need to pop a little bit wider and just get that bar over your head, you can do. Okay? And then first one, get that bar into your front back. So elbows just in front of the bar, not quite as high as your front squat, but so you can let that bar rest on your shoulders if possible. Okay, and then full grip on that bar as always with the press overhead. Okay, and then feet on your hips, core nice and tight. You're then just going to dip down, drive, move the chin back, and then hopefully that bar should just travel off the shoulders just slightly. Okay, so it's all going to be leg power here. Get those elbows in front, core nice and tight. You're going to control that dip down. You're then going to extend. Bar travels up off the shoulders, chin moves back to accommodate the bar back. Okay? When you're ready, have a go, a couple of those. Good, make sure the elbows stay high there, team. Good. Good, so as that bar leaves the shoulders from our leg drive, make sure the chin moves back so that bar travels straight up. Nice, Amory. Next one, just a little more weight in the heels. Good, that's better. Bars moving straight up and down now. Good, okay, and then rest there, team. So, we're now going to bring it all together and go for our full jerk. So, bar from your front back, core nice and tight. You're going to control that in a second. Once you find the adequate depth, you're then going to drive. Bar becomes weightless. Make sure again that chin moves back so the bar travels straight up. We can then jump out into that same position whilst we go around your head just as we did to start with. Okay? So finding you back into that solid split position. Okay? So dip, drive, get that bar up, and then we can then move out into our split. Okay? When you land in that jerk position, don't rush to get out. Okay, this is where we want to get comfortable, we want to be familiar here. So once you catch that bar, pause for a second, make sure you feel that weight 50-50 between the front foot and back foot. Make sure that core's tight, pause when you want it. And then if all those things are checked off, you can then stand back up and recover. Okay? When you're ready, go for those. Nice, Jen. Really good dip and drive this time. Just press up on that bar a little bit harder. Good, that was better. So again, although it's an empty bar, as soon as you think about pressing the shoulders through the bar, that's going to create a little more stable platform. Okay, Amory, bring your back foot in just a couple inches there. So get your weight back into that split, and then back foot a couple inches towards you. Good, and then bend that back knee. And then front foot about an inch further forward. Good, so again, we want that nice vertical front shin. Good, so that's looking much better. Before, that jerk position is looking a little bit long, and then it's just harder to get stable. Whereas if you bring your feet a little closer in, and single sits down, that's when you can then create that stable platform, get that solid calf position. Okay? Good, much better seating position. So that should feel a bit more stable in that position as well.
Yeah, good.
Okay, show me 2 more each and then you can rest. Good work, keep those elbows high all the way through that drive. Nice, Jen, that's looking really good. Keep that core tight all the way through, it's looking solid. Nice, Amory, okay. Rest up there, team. How are you feeling with our jerks just now?
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, any questions on any of the things we've just been through there? Happy? Okay, so only thing I'm going to say, last little point, is make sure, so I saw a couple times in those reps, make sure you finish that jerk, that we're sticking to the basics. Okay, I know it's just a piece skill, whatever you're using just now. There's not a whole lot of weight on you, but if you can, make sure it's front foot, front foot, to get back to the start of that jerk. Okay, so again, it's not meaning you just now, obviously with broomstick, wherever you got over your head, but if you create that pattern, then when you get to that hip bar, it's just going to be second nature, muscle memory things back in. Okay, so again, a little of feels a little unnecessary just now, but will pay off when you get back to those bars. Okay? So,